One turn to the right, followed by two to the left, or one turn to the left, followed by two to the right.
Let's set that Clover being where pattern ways must make one right-hand turn, two left-hand turns. Take it one left, two right. Take it mark and flip it, rock it, bucket, do all in one as long as that girl doesn't hit the ground.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Clover Chats. I'm your host, Sheridan Shumpert, and today I am here with Nina Shirey. Thank you for being here.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so to start out, just to kind of let people get to know you, what are some of your biggest accomplishments?
Oh, goodness. In 2022, I won the Youth and the Open State Championships. I've won many slot races. I'm a three-time Best of the Best champion. And last year, I tied to win the Future Fortunes year-end high point and ended up getting reserved for $20,000.
Oh, I got you.
And
Okay,
I'm a Congress sweepstakes champion.
Sorry. That's awesome. Okay, so start out, we're going to do, I had people on social media ask questions, and we picked 20 of them. So we're going to start out with the 20 social media questions. So the first question is, do you plan on training horses when you're older, like for a living?
That is my overall goal, yes, is to just, ride horses full time. And I'd like to rodeo some, too, when I'm older.
Same. Literally, people ask me what I want to do, and I'm like, horses.
Yeah.
Don't ask the details. Horses.
Yeah.
Okay. The second one says, what are your tips for horses who want to miss the first barrel?
Well, I've struggled with that a lot myself. Just making sure that it's not like you, and your cue could be, like messed up, like maybe you're pulling one rein more than the other. I know that was my biggest issue. And just making sure you're working them consistently the way you would want.
Okay. This one says, what are your tips for horses who shoulder barrels?
If I have a horse that's shouldering, I'll usually work them, past the barrel and make sure their shoulder's up and their hip is in. And just, again, being consistent with working them like that.
All right, let me see here. What's your favorite rodeo shirt brand?
Probably Cowgirl Tough or Ranch Dressin'.
Oh, I love me some ranch dressing.
Mhm.
Very reliable. Okay, what's your favorite arena and why?
Oh, my favorite arena is probably the Purdue Arena. I run in there every year at Youth World. I don't know, but every time I run that arena, I do good. I got first and second in the go at Youth World this year in that arena. It's just my favorite arena ever.
I have arenas like that. I'm just I can't tell you why I like it other than I do good there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. How many horses do you have?
I run 3 horses, but in our whole barn we have about 18 to 20.
That sounds like me. I have to be well, I run this many, but total we have 17.
Yeah.
I have to do asterisks. Technically, we have this many. Okay. What's your favorite tack color?
I love to run all my horses in pink.
I love pink.
Yes.
What's your favorite bit?
I'll probably have to go with either just an O-ring or a D-ring, or I run Maui in this junior cow horse bit, and it just seems that every horse likes it. I just love it. I think it has a twisted mouthpiece or something.
Okay, let me see. What's your favorite tack place and why?
I love Mandy's Custom Tack. My older sister is sponsored by her, so we get some discounts. I love using her stuff. And then I actually make breast collars, and I love using them too. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do make breast collars. They're very pretty, too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, what's your favorite saddle pad brand and why?
We use 3S Custom Equine on all our horses. They have a wide variety of colors, and there don't seem to get any horses back sores. I really like those kinds.
Okay, let me see. What's your pregame plan and kind of what do you do to get ready for a run?
Honestly, I try not to think about it. I'm not I won't go back and watch runs and be like, oh, I just don't think about it. If I did bad in the last run, I don't think about that. I just go in there and try to do my horse some justice.
I'm that way too. Like, I want to think about anything but running barrels when I'm getting ready. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, I want to be in the zone. I'm like, no, I just want to think about literally anything else.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to think about turning the first barrel or running barrels or anything. Just let me talk about something else.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. What's your mindset going into each run? So this kind of plays on that last question, but kind of like, what's your mindset?
Well, like, when I run Ruthie, all I have to do is make sure that I stay 2 hands all the way. But, like, on Maui, there's a little bit more that goes into it. And I basically just tell myself to make sure I neck rein him and he'll do the rest. But I don't get too stressed out about running or anything.
I actually have a friend who has a horse named Ruthie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little bay cut and bred horse.
Well, Ruthie's a little bay, too. And it's a very odd name to me.
Yeah, I don't know how my friends got that name. Okay, let me see. Mares or geldings?
Oh, it's a tough one. I have both. I would probably have to go with geldings just because most of them are easygoing. Maui's acts like a mare, but most geldings are easygoing and quiet.
Okay, what are your favorite pro rodeo athletes?
Haley Kinsel. Yeah, everybody loves her. I also love Fallon Taylor and Lisa Lockhart too.
Okay, let me see. If you didn't run barrels, what non-horse sport would you do?
Ooh, I gotta think about that. I would probably play basketball or something like that. I don't really know.
Yeah, I've never honestly thought about it because I've never done anything else.
Yeah.
I always say I'd want to race cars or go-karts or something.
Yeah.
I'd want to go fast for sure. Anything that they were like, you can go fast. What are your tips for beginners?
Just have an open mind. Don't be afraid to take advice from someone when they're trying to help you. That's about it.
Okay, I'm excited to ask this question. What's your favorite stallion?
I would have to go with probably either Frenchman's Guy or the Goodbye Lane. Frenchman's Guy is Maui's dad, and the Goodbye Lane, I just love all of his babies.
Yeah, the Goodbye Lane's solid, but I love a good Frenchman's Guy too. I have a bunch of Frenchman's Guy horses, and they all want a buck.
Or Epic. Oh, yeah, or Epic Leader. He's iconic.
I've never had an Epic, but they're so pretty.
We haven't either. Well, I really am trying to convince Dad to buy me one. But
Exactly. I feel that. Okay, let me see. Favorite coat color?
Probably a bay. Just bay. I love bays.
Classic bay. What's your favorite color to run in? This is kind of like the one about what tat color, but
Yeah. Yet again, pink. I love pink. I think it looks good on every horse.
What's your? Oh, I put the same question twice. That's fine. You know what? You get 19. You're special. Okay. These we're going to kind of just questions I ask on every podcast that I came up with instead of the ones that other people asked. Okay. Horses in your barn and how they're bred. So the ones that you run, how are they bred, all that.
Okay. So, Maui is his dad's Frenchman's Guy, and his mom is Gotta Go Fame, who's by Dash to Fame, and then Wahine on the bottom side. Then Ruthie is out of a son of Corona Cartel, and her mom is Mr. Eye Opener Mare, I think. I don't know her mom's name. And then Halo is a Roar, and her mom is Golden Angel, who is by PC Redwood Mare.
I've never had one of the Roar babies, but I do have one kind of bred similar, with the what's the horse? Is it Frenchman Vanilla? Peggy's related to him, but
Yeah, we haven't had a Roar either. She's definitely one of a kind. I've never rode anything like her.
Okay, what is your weekly workout routine for your horses?
Honestly, it just depends. We just had a horse exerciser put in about a couple months ago, so that's been a big, help to their routine. But if they get rode, 4 times a week, and on average, that's usually what I'll do. And or like the week of the show, I'll ride them every day, but they don't get worked very hard.
Yeah, I love our horse exerciser. It has been just a huge help.
Yes, for sure. It's so nice.
It is definitely nice, especially when you get one that's like you want to put on the walker beforehand and make sure they're not going to like buck or anything.
Oh yeah, Maui, like on the daily tries to buck me off, so that's been a help.
Okay, let's see. What are your goals for the rest of 2024 and 2025?
I would like to do good as a BFA on my 3-year-old and then Maui in the Derby. I don't know. I may be running in the Super Stakes, which I might puke, but that would be a big goal to do good in that. Do good. We have a show coming up in a couple weeks, the Indiana Futurity. There's a lot of future fortunes. I'd like to do good there. I've never done good in that arena. And probably do good at the Congress again. Ruthie won me the sweepstakes last year, so I'd be really happy if we did good again. And for 2025, probably try to win Youth World because I've been 3rd and 4th and 1 goes. That'd be, amazing. And I want to go to the All-American Youth next year and do good there.
I really like All-American. It's hot, but it's fun.
Yeah, and Youth World is hot and there's bugs, so I'm trying to convince Dad to take me.
I honestly think I would fall over dead if I entered the Super Stakes, especially if I trained a colt and put it in the Super Stakes. I think I would die.
Excuse me, I need to cough. But
yes,
good. I am going. I might actually die. My dad ran in it last year, and he did good. But he's like, "Well, you need to run in it." I'm like, "Okay."
Did he win any money?
He knocked the second barrel to be in the top 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. Favorite drills, if you like to do drills?
What we'll do is Dad will set up 6 barrels in our arena, which we're fortunate enough to have an indoor arena big enough to do that with. He'll set up 6 barrels and just have us lope at whatever ones just to, show him it doesn't matter where you're at. Follow my hand. That'd probably be my favorite drill.
Okay, let me look here. What are your tips for hauling horses and keeping them calm and healthy and everything when you're on the road?
I'll always give mine electrolytes, before and then when we get to the show, if it's a long haul. But I don't really, we'll give them water every time we stop. Ours are pretty good haulers, make sure they have a hay bag. We have fans in our trailers, so that's been a big help. And one thing that makes me feel safe about hauling is we have a Bloomer 6-horse, and all the petitions are stun slants, so it don't matter, if you've got 6 outlaws in the trailer, they're not going to be able to hurt each other. So that gives me some peace when we're hauling. Yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, we will never get another trailer. It's awesome.
What are your tips for horses with gait issues?
I'd first of all get them vetted. Make sure there's nothing going on in that department. Or I'll expo and make them stand in the alley and just, relax and take a deep breath and make sure that you aren't getting super nervous, and then that's messing with their mind. Just make sure you and the horse stay calm. Would probably be what I'd do.
I don't know if you can hear her, but my sister's dog is screaming at the top of her lungs.
It's so faint, so I can kind of hear it.
I don't know if you can hear it. She is so loud. I can hear it. Okay, let me see. Who's your performance horse bet? If you use one.
We use Dr. Yardley with Ohio State. He's been so good. My dad's used him for like 20 plus years. He's done amazing things for our horses. So.
What's the farthest you've hauled to go to a race?
Probably to Texas. It's like a 20-hour drive. We went there.
Cool.
We went there for the American for my dad, and we went for the Junior Patriot this year.
Junior Patriot was like, I think 12 for me. 10, 12.
Yeah, it took. Well, actually, technically, I flew there this year, and some guy named Trent Tobin. He had me run his pole horse there. French Disc
I knew I
Redneck.
had never seen you run that one again, so I didn't know if you owned it, but I remember you running it because it did good.
Yeah, I loved her. I actually got to run her in barrels a few times after that, and then he sold her to a girl in Oklahoma. So,
Oh, that's sad.
but she was cool. I really liked her.
Okay. What's your favorite run you've made?
Oh, probably either last year at the Virginia Barrel Classic, I ran the second fastest time, ran all weekend, and I got second in the slot race there on Ruthie. That was a really special run to me. Or the run I made, last weekend at the Best of the Best on Maui. That was like one of the best runs I've ever made on him.
Okay, let me see. What does your rig look like to go to the barrel race? So the truck, the trailer, everything.
So my dad has a dually that we'll take with our 6-horse to like the local jackpots. But then when we travel to like an overnight show, we have it's called a toter home actually, and they're used to haul like the race cars to the race car races or whatever. But we have one that hauls our trailer, and it's pretty neat going down the road. It's really long.
Yeah, we've got a motorhome, but it struggles with like we pulled the trailer 1,000,000 miles with that thing, but it sometimes it struggles with the trailer because it doesn't have as big of an engine as a toter home.
Yeah, that's what's so nice about our toter is that it can pull anything. It pulls our 6-horse with a full load on it.
Okay, let me see. How many days a week do you ride each horse? Which I know you kind of answered this one too, but like, do you ride a certain number of days or just kind of whatever they need?
Like some days I'll be like, well, I'm gonna ride this one and not ride that one. So I mean, we've got so many that it just depends, honestly. But like on average, I'll ride about 5 a day.
Dang, girl. What are your favorite therapies to do on each horse, kind of to keep them healthy and running?
Well, Ruthie requires a lot of maintenance. She is a princess for sure. She, I beamer her like almost every day, and we have a flexi nag, and I like to use that a lot. And I just ordered red light therapy. I think it's like the same one you have, like the little handheld one. And I want to start using that. But
great.
we beam her, they'll get injected and magna-waved and shock-waved and all that.
Yeah, the thing is, the handheld laser is great, especially if they have like a cut or something that you're trying to get to heal up. It really helps.
I was hoping it would come before this weekend because Halo freaking cut her head and I wanted to use it, but it didn't come. So
that sounds like me. Like something cut itself.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Like I don't know the science. I can't tell you why it works, but I do know that it works.
It does. We have like this ancient one that I've been using, but it just stopped working, so that's why I ordered that one.
We had a magna wave, but the same thing happened to it. It got ancient and stopped working.
Yeah, I love our beamer. It's amazing.
Okay, let me see. What bits do each of your horses run in?
Well, Maui will either run in an O-ring or run him in that junior cow horse with a Boca branch chin strap. And then I've ran Ruthie in all kinds of bits. Right now she's running in a banana bit with a twisted copper mouthpiece, I think. And then Halo runs in just a smooth mouth lifter bit. It's so hard to get her to like her bit. I've run her about 10 different bits every time.
Okay, let me see. What are your favorite brands of jeans?
I love 7 jeans. They're like my favorite ever. I like Kimes Ranch too. I like the Ranch dressing jeans. Those are about the only ones that are long enough.
Huh. I've heard that 7s rip. Have you ever had them like be really like? I've heard a lot of people say they rip a lot.
I honestly I don't wear them a whole lot. Like it's been so hot at the shows that I wear shorts all day, then put them on. So I'm not very hard on them. I have not had any rip, but I have heard that they will rip. Yes.
Okay. Do you like running in summer or winter time better?
That's hard to answer because the summers are so hot here, but the winters are so brutal and cold. I would probably say summer, just because it's easier to move around in the summer. You're not so stiff from the cold.
Exactly. That's how it is here. It's either hot as in it's insanely hot or freezing.
It's like this week. It's been I think it's been 98 all week. I'm like, it's supposed to be fall.
What's been happening to us is it'll be 62 at night and then 91 during the day.
Yeah.
Confusing us all.
Yeah.
How many buckles do you have? How many buckles have you won?
Oh, I just counted them the other day. I think it's 50, 45 to 50.
Dang, girl. Okay. What's your favorite saddle brand?
Masters. My dad is sponsored by Masters, so we all ride in them. I think we have 10 between my whole family.
What's your favorite barrel race to run at?
Oh, probably either the Best of the Best where I ran at last weekend on Maui or Youth World. It's always so fun.
Okay, this one is because I've seen it spark many online arguments, and it's honestly a funny thing to argue over, but people argue over it, so I want to know. Front leg boots or front and back leg boots when you run, and why do you use what you use?
Honestly, I think it depends on the horse. Ruthie, she just wrecks herself in a run, so I use all 4 on her. I use all 4 on Maui just because he's a king and he deserves it, although he does not love them. And then Halo's pretty hard on herself in a run, so she wears all 4 too. But my sister's 3-year-old, she kind of just, runs around the barrel. It's real easy, and she does not like things on her legs, so we don't use them on the back. But, I think whatever you can do to prevent your horse from getting injured, I do it. I think they do something. We'll use them at home if we know we're going to work them hard. I mean, if it's helping, why not, use all 4 if you can.
Right, and I feel like it depends on the horse a lot because, I always, Lucky uses them on all 4, but, Peggy will literally kick you over back leg boots, so she gets front.
Yeah, I totally get that. Maui, he pretty much tries to kill me, but I just slap him on and say, it's good.
She doesn't even like front leg boots. She'll paw when I put her front leg boots on, and I'm like, girl, I'm trying
That's
to
how
not
Phoebe, I feel like Peggy and my sister's 3-year-old Phoebe, they're the same horse. They look exactly like, and they literally act exactly like.
I honestly, though, the attitude, I love the attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, rodeos or barrel races?
I've only ran at a few rodeos in my life because there's not many around us. So I'd have to go with barrel races. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
You're good.
Because I feel like sometimes the ground can be iffy at rodeos. I haven't ran it a whole lot. So barrel races.
Okay, let me see. What's your estimated LT, if you know?
Let me think. I would say around $250,000.
Okay, let me see. Do you like colts better or finished horses better?
Honestly, it depends. Like, I've loved training Halo from the ground up, and I kind of trained Maui. That was mostly Dad. But then Ruthie, I just got her 2 years ago. She was finished, and I got along with her fine. But I feel like it just depends on your style. Like, if a finished horse isn't really your style, then don't buy it. You know, if you have a weird riding style, then train a horse your own.
Shoot, girl, I was just thinking that you got a high LT.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
We've just run a lot at like the barrel races that pay a lot, and I won a lot of futurities on Maui last year, so that helped a lot. I ran Shaq, my dad's horse. You've probably seen him. He's big and black. He's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I ran him when I was 11, and it was just like, it was the first 1D horse I've ran. It was just like this light switch, and I literally won every barrel race I was in on him, and the slot races and everything. So that was what really started, like, me winning a lot. And then I got Ruthie, and then, I don't know, we just went to a lot of big barrel races, and I started winning.
My LTE, like, suffered because for, like, 3 years we went to Little Britches. And I liked Little Britches because it helped me a lot, you know, and it let me kind of get used to going to the rodeo without, like, full going to the rodeo. But, oh, my goodness, it does not pay good.
No, we do a local rodeo series. That's mainly where I've won all my buckles because every event gives a buckle.
Exactly.
But
so you win all the buckles.
It definitely does not pay.
Yep, that's how I was. You win all the buckles and no money.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, trade-off. But that's why, like, my poor little LTE has suffered. Because we haven't been to, like, a ton of super crazy high money stuff because we went to Little Britches for so long.
Yeah.
So it's
Maui's been such a blessing. I'm thankful that my dad has let me run him because he probably could have won a lot more than I did. But he just let me run him and have fun.
I think mine is probably around 30,000. I don't know. Isn't it like?
Well, I mean, well, it's great for, you know, just going to Little Britches for a while.
Right. I don't know exactly how much it is because I haven't really kept up. I probably should have. But
yeah, I have like Maui's and Ruthie's in a note, but I was asking Dad the other day, and that's what he said. So.
Right. Well, and part of it is I ran ponies a while, you know, and then when I got lucky, I did not know how to ride at all, so I just kind of held on. And then we went to Little Britches for like 3 years, so you couldn't win any money then. So like this year is the first year I've actually gotten to run at some decent money.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's gone better. I mean, you know, when I actually got a chance to win a little, I get more won.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate because my whole family barrel races. I have 3 sisters. They all ride. My dad rides. My mom will sometimes ride. I have a niece that rides, so it's fun. We all go to the big barrel races and we all run. It's very fun. It's a family event for sure.
Okay, let me see. Best story you've had come out of running barrel?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd have to think. Probably at the Congress last year. I hadn't really been doing that well on Ruthie last summer. Maui was pretty much the star of the show from like July up until the Congress. I did not do good on Ruthie at all. And I ran in the first go, and it was sloppy. You know, I ran a half second off. And then my dad, we got up at 3 a.m. and we rode and we tweaked things, and he just told me exactly what I had to do, and I did it, and I won that go. And then going into the finals, I was, I think, either 4th or 5th on the ground. I wasn't expecting her to, you know, run anything crazy fast. And she tried, and she ran a 14.7 the first day to win the go. and then she ran 14.8 in the finals, and then I ended up winning my average and then won the sweepstakes, and it was really cool that I finally did good on her. That's probably the best story.
Okay. Do you like going left or right better?
Right, for sure. I've only ran to the left probably 10 times in my whole life, and I always do good when I run to the left, but it's so weird that I don't like it.
I mean, to tell you how much I like running left, I literally changed my horse that went left to go into the right because I was like, I hate it. I do not like it. Split reins or single reins?
I love training in split reins. Like, I don't ride at all in barrel reins at home, always in split reins, but when I run, most of the time, barrel reins.
Okay, let me see. Jackpots or bigger races?
Probably a little bit of both. Like, I love going to, local jackpot with friends and having fun, but the bigger races are definitely fun too, and you can win a lot more money.
Do you like raising horses or buying them more?
We've done both. Like, we've only actually had one baby that we've actually had. Actually, two, not scratch one, two. We've had one out of the Cheyenne woman male I ran all summer. And then out of Gigi, the Palomino I ran at Youth World, we have a baby out of her, and it's like by design, so that's cool. But we mainly, Dad will buy them about yearlings or 2-year-olds is when we buy them, because it's just easier that way.
Yeah, we do not breed a lot of horses.
I want to get some babies out of Ruthie, because she's Ruthie. I want babies out of her, but it's just so hard.
For sure, and expensive.
Oh, yes. We sent
You're
sorry.
You're fine.
I was going to say that we sent Ruthie and Gigi, my mare and my sister's mare, to Oklahoma after the Patriot to have, we did ICSI on them, where it's just where they take the eggs out, and then, I basically grow the baby in a Petri dish. And we tried Ruthie to the Goodbye Lane, and then Maui. He's not a stud anymore, but we collected him before we cut him. And we did it twice on both the mares, and we didn't get anything. And they were in Oklahoma for 2 months, and we did not get one baby.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
We had a mare, one of my sister's horses. When we bought her, she had been at the breeding shed 4 months because her owner wanted to flush her before she sold her to us. And she literally could not, the first time she didn't get her bred, and then the second time the UPS was late with the shipment from the stallion, and they just never bred her. They didn't even try.
Sucks.
The station just never bred her. And so after that, she just went and got her and sold her to us.
Yeah.
But it's sad because that baby would have been 3 now had they actually bred her. I think it would have been, 2 or 3, which we wouldn't have owned it anyway, but still, it would have been neat because she's a really nice little horse.
And it also sucks,
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
God. No, you're good. Okay, what is something that you think most people look over when it comes to running barrels?
Honestly, how much critiquing and, tuning it takes to really keep a horse running consistent. People think, it's just 3 turns and a run home, but there's a lot more to it than that. On the bottom of the line, it is, you turn 3 times, you come home, but my dad, there's a lot of fine-tuning to everything, and we don't take things fast. We make sure they're doing everything correct, and I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is how much goes into training a horse or keeping a horse running in the 1D.
Okay, I think I know what your answer is going to be for this, but track bred, cow bred, or running bred, or barrel horse bred?
Yeah, probably barrel horse bred. Halo's mom is cow bred, and I love the way she's built and the way she turns, but she's definitely weird. I would definitely prefer his barrel horse bred.
Okay, what are your horse's quirks? What are their weird little things that they do?
Well, sorry, here again, coughing.
No, you're good. You're good.
Ruthie, she hates other horses. She'll kick when I'm warming up, but also when I'm warming up, if a horse comes within probably 6 foot of her, she flies sideways and bolts and doesn't pay attention, and then she kicks. It's a whole thing.
It sounds like Lucky and Peggy all over again.
Yeah, Ruthie, I don't know. That's just started within the past couple months, the bolting. But Maui, every time I warm up, it doesn't matter. You can get him Guanabin's Ace, anything to calm him down. Doesn't matter. It doesn't work. When I'm warming him up, he'll be trotting, and all of a sudden he just puts his head down, and he starts bronking just as hard as he can. And I just have to let him do it, and then he'll warm up fine. Or, when I take him in the alley, he's never, refused, but he'll, crow hop, and then all of a sudden he just, takes off. That's probably his quirk. And then, Halo, I haven't really, she's 3. I just time only her. But she's hard to deal with. When you're trying to put her bit on, she acts like it's acid and throws her head. And she's pretty hot, and she likes to throw her head a lot.
Huh. Okay, let me see. Who is your biggest supporter?
My mom, or my mom, supports me through everything, but my dad, makes sure my horses stay winning. So both of them, they really support me. And my dad lets me and my sisters run all the good horses, and he takes the problem ones. So I'm very thankful for that.
What do you feed your horses?
We feed them Tribute and Purina, I think, Strategy. And we feed Senior Sport to the ones that are harder keepers just because it's so high in fat. And then the ones that get fat on air, we feed them the Strategy. And then we obviously keep them on supplements and stuff.
I think I already know the answer to this one because you mentioned it earlier, but have you ever run poles, and do you like running poles?
Sorry, I have to cough again.
No, you're fine.
I do run poles. I love running poles. Maui runs poles. I still sometimes run her. A pony named Snowy. She ran poles. I think they're a challenge, and I love challenges, and I really do love to run poles.
Okay, let me see. What's your favorite coat color?
Bay.
I think we already asked that in the 20 questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's fine.
I try not to double them, but sometimes they slip. Okay, what do you look for in prospects for barrel horses?
Well, the major thing that I saw about Halo was just the way she carried herself. She always walks like she's on a mission, like she struts. And that's when I saw her walk, I was like, Dad, I need that horse. But mainly just her attitude. I feel like if they're real docile and don't really have a personality, they're never gonna really make an unbeatable horse. But when you have one with an ego that's kind of a bully, those are the good ones.
Oh, for sure. And the ones that walk around like they've won $1 million, even though they have no proof.
Oh yeah.
Like the colts that you swing a leg over and they're just strut around. That's how Peggy is. She just acts like she's all that in a bag of chips. Okay, let me see. Do you have a brand for your horses?
We do. We haven't actually branded any yet because it's pretty new and, it takes a lot to get all the stuff to brand them. It's we live on an old pine tree farm, and there's pine trees everywhere, and my dad calls it the Ponderosa. So he made this brand, and it's a pine tree with a hoop under it. So that's our brand. It's going to be cool once we brand them. But
that's neat. Are you going to brand everything?
Yeah, that's the plan. We just have to get all the supplies. We have the actual brand. We just need we're going to cold brand, so we need the liquid nitrogen and stuff.
Okay, do you plan to fill rodeos?
I mainly plan on futuritying just because that's what my dad did. But I would like to pro rodeo too.
Okay, let me see. I keep saying, okay, let me see way too much. Tall horses or short horses?
Maui looks small in videos and pictures, but he's actually like almost 16 hands. So, and then Halo and Ruthie barely make 15 hands, so I have a little bit of both. I would probably prefer small horses just because I feel like sometimes things are easier for them. And Maui is a
Okay.
little scary sometimes.
Have you ridden English?
I've had my grandma, she used to teach English, so she got me an English saddle, and sometimes I'll like put it on my pony and play around, but I've never actually ridden English.
That's how I am. I had an English saddle and I like rode a little pony around it, but
Yeah.
I never like seriously tried to ride English.
No, I haven't either, just, for fun.
Just for funsies. I would like jump
Yeah.
poles that we like tipped over.
Oh, yeah, so would
like,
I.
Like pole bending poles. And set them up on the fence. Good times. So what's your favorite bloodline? Like, as in, like, the ones, like, not as much stallion. Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Not as much stallion, but, like, the ones that are, like, dynasties, like metallic cat bred or Dash to Fame bred, like that kind of thing. Who's your favorite of those?
Like, I love son or daughter of Dash to Fame, but, like, Maui's mom is Dash to Fame, and I love, like, that. Like, I love when it's their grandpa. Ruthie is Corona Cartel, that's her grandpa. I feel like he's kind of a legend, so I love those. But Dash to Fame's probably my favorite.
Gotta love good old Dash to Fame. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and then I think this is our last question. Do you have any horses that you run in spurs?
I run all my horses in spurs. They're just like they're not severe. They're just, to help. Maui requires a lot of encouragement to do his job, so they help. I know a lot of people don't like spurs, but I think they're fine. It's not like I'm abusing my horse.
I always have thought it just kind of depends on your horse, whether you need spurs or not.
I've rode
some
horses that like
do not do it.
Yeah, some of them, you can't use spurs, but mine are fine. They've been ridden in spurs their whole life. They're not abused.
Right, and some of them need them, and some of them like absolutely will not tolerate spurs.
Yeah.
It really just kind of depends on your horse, honestly.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts you want to add or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you everybody for listening, and make sure y'all come back for the next episode, and just thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.